Okay, so got your astrology here for Monday. And Monday is the, 14th? I think it is. Yeah, 14th of July. So let's go. Let's talk about this. I really want to talk about the moon in Pisces because the moon in Pisces is going to trigger a whole lot of discussions here today. And we're going to start off with first thing in the morning, well, not first thing in the morning, but right around 9:46 in the morning as we get our workdays underway. Our moon's not going to have any aspects up until that point, and then it's going to meet up with Jupiter. Jupiter happens to be in Cancer, so we've got a very interesting dynamic going on here because we had Jupiter leave Gemini and enter Cancer, correct? So we've got this water trine, between Cancer and the moon in Pisces. And this is going to give us some thoughts, okay? Now, let's just cover the astrology and then we'll get into what the thoughts are that I have. The talk today is about opportunities and growth. Why not? Because that's what Jupiter represents, right? But it's a deeper level, right? It's that level that's right there under the surface, right? There's things that are happening. Can't really know about them yet because they're a little mysterious, right? They're under the water, even in Cancer, under the water. They're protected. They're guarded. We're keeping that. Whether we're doing that ourselves voluntarily or whether it's just being withheld from us, it's there for a protective reason and it's happening. It's happening below the surface, right? So it's about opportunities and growth. But it's just talk, however, and it's lacking in details because those details haven't surfaced yet. Mindfulness exercises, now, that can help you settle in to what is going on rather effortlessly because the mindfulness will just put it out of your mind, right? We're not thinking about that. We're going to focus on the here and now and where we're at present. And we will let that growth and opportunities take form when it has to, okay? When it has to. The workday is going to flow amazingly well. It should. Expect a bit of resistance in the afternoon, however, from your significant other. Oh, we must have a Venus aspect, right? The moon Venus. Oh, I'm sure we do. And we do. The moon's going to be square Venus at 3:33 in the p.m., okay, in the afternoon. So just watch your words. The words are what's going to matter because we got Venus in Gemini, and that says word trouble, right? So why does it have to be this way? Because people are people, right? Astrology tells us there's a possibility for some kind of discord here. I'm telling you to try to sidestep this by choosing your words carefully, or better yet, by saying nothing at all. That way, if something comes up, you can just be like, zip, nothing. And our keyword is silence for that reason. It's also silence for the other reasons that we stated earlier. Our color is aqua. We are entering the sensitive part of the summer. Oh, yeah, we are starting to get there, right? Folks are on vacation. Traffic is lessening, but no less maddening, particularly around here. We have rains and flash flooding. They're dominating the news. Now, this is Neptunian in nature. We have Neptune retrograde in Aries. We have the moon in Pisces highlighting this for us, and trining Jupiter that's just making this known. There's certain things that are happening. Flash flooding, that's been all over the news. It really has. There's a lot of astrologers that will tell you that Neptune, because it rules the seas, rules flooding. We're going to get into that in a minute, okay? Look, I think that the water theory has something to do with it. There was an aspect, last year when that ship hit the bridge in Baltimore Harbor, there was a Neptune aspect that was direct right on that day. Serendipitous? I don't know. That's not serendipity. That's just something else, right? That's the opposite of serendipity. That's the shitty of the bridge, like the boat not having any power and just hitting the bridge and then collapsing into the harbor. Same thing with the Saturn and Neptune being close to conjunct, but not quite conjunct, right? Just in Aries, that water action, moving water moving. Now, Neptune is often presented as a sea god, right? Like Neptune, Poseidon, the the fork, how fork will travel. He's got his trident and probably generally smells like seaweed. I don't know. The depictions I've seen, definitely, okay? Definitely fish, definitely seaweed. However, when Neptune was first discovered, many astrologers view Neptune as the higher octave of Venus, just as Uranus is a higher octave of Mercury. Now, what does it mean to be a higher octave? Well, what it really refers to is with Venus being love, there's a higher love than that Neptune represents. There's higher forms of creativity. Venus is creativity. Neptune represents higher degrees of creativity, higher degrees of love, spiritual love, universal love, the love of a spiritual love of God, lack of a better word. Now, or lack of a better way of trying to express that feeling. What we do have is we have Neptune, not as some stodgy old male, because what kind of octave of Venus would that be? Oh, yeah, we got a dude here with a beard and smells like seaweed. No, you may have come from the sea, Venus, but you need a sister that's going to be just as beautiful as you are, just as worldly, and just as much from the ocean as you were. Maybe she is the ocean you emerged from. Now, with that being said, I like that. I like that a lot. And I prefer Neptune depicted this way, as a female, as a very fickle female that can be aloof sometimes. Can be troublesome, too, because we've got illusions, delusions, and addictions that are part of that. That's 12th house baggage, however. It doesn't really... should it really bleed into what the planets actually represent as archetypes and as models? For some reason, I'm not thinking so. However, that's what it tends to be interpreted by most everybody, and to some extent, it's a good point to always watch out for. So, Neptune, female, much more fun. The moon in Pisces has us feeling extra sensitive. I can't believe that Vermont flooding in some areas. It impacts how I work and where I work. Don't allow empathy, though, and sensitivity to ruin your day. This may very well help us avoid the Venus issues that are going to occur later on. We can have empathy for folks, but we also don't want to just go over the top with it, and we don't want to be able to buy into whatever it is may or may not be communicated to us later on that we might be better off ignoring. And don't let things throw you off. Compartmentalize everything and listen to no one. Makes sense, right? Just listen to music. Listen to music, and you should be fine. All right, so our event in 1789 is Bastille Day. The French Revolution begins with the storming of the Bastille prison in Paris, France, now celebrated as France's National Day. And our birth is one William Hanna. Now, I know I've done Barbera a couple times, but this is Hanna-Barbera. This is William Hanna. He's born in 1910. He's an American animator, and he did Tom and Jerry and Scooby-Doo and multiple other cartoons, right? He's the founder of Studio Hanna-Barbera, and he was born in Melrose, New Mexico. And that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate and love every single one of you. Today, oh boy, let's see. Just to recount, our keyword is silence and the color is aqua. Today is a 5. Happy astrocatting.